Hey everybody, happy Saturday. I hope that you guys have all been having an amazing week. And I know this is kind of a heavy topic for the night, but I trust that anybody who catches the replay, hopefully you find value. This message is for someone else, someone specific out there. And I don't know, just like out of the blue, all of a sudden, I'm just like, speak about this. So, here we are. So, I wanted to talk to you about narcissism. And, yeah, take it how you want it. Let me give you the Mayo Clinic definition of narcissists. Symptoms or signs and symptoms of a narcissistic personality disorder. And the severity of the symptoms vary because there's no cut. It's not black and white. Trust me. I have some stories to share. People with the disorder can have an exaggerated sense of self-importance, have a sense of entitlement, and require constant, excessive admiration. I'm all tongue-tied tonight. Second. Let's see if that doesn't help. They expect to be recognized as superior even without achievements that warrant it. They exaggerate their achievements and talents. They are preoccupied with fantasies about success, power, brilliance, beauty, or the perfect mate. Believe they are superior and can only associate with equally special people, monopolize conversations, belittle or look down on people they perceive as inferior, expect special favors and unquestioning compliance with their expectations, take advantage of others to get what they want, have an inability or unwillingness to recognize the needs and feelings of others, be envious of others and believe others envy them, behave in arrogant or haughty manner, coming across as conceited, boastful, and pretentious, insist on having the best of everything, for instance, the best car or office. At the same time, people with narcissistic personality disorder have trouble handling anything they perceive as criticism, and they can become impatient or angry when they don't receive special treatment. They have significant interpersonal problems and easily feel slighted. Oh my God, like everybody in the whole entire world is out to get me because I'm not special. React with rage or contempt and try to belittle the other person to make themselves appear superior. Sorry, I've got a lot to say on that one. Have difficulty regulating emotions and behavior, experience major problems dealing with stress and adapting to change, feel depressed and moody because they fall short of perfection, have secret feelings of insecurity, shame, vulnerability, and humiliation. Boom. So, any of you out there who are challenged with any of these things, go look it up, mayoclinic.com, narcissistic personality disorders. It's not made up shit. You have a real thing going on. Those of you who are dealing with people in your life in a relationship, whether it's family member, a spouse, a coworker, and you're like, oh my God, yeah, oh my God, that's right. You're not going crazy. You're not psycho. They need help. They just don't know that they need help. And I don't know how to help them be aware that they need help other than to share this. So here's the thing. I don't know why I've been like super obsessed with this lately. Well, actually, I do know why. I've been super obsessed with this as trying to understand this because, like, I was born into narcissism. My stepdad was what they would call an overt narcissist. He was in your face, confrontational. He did nothing wrong. Everyone everywhere else in this world was jacked up except him. Yet we lived in houses. As soon as we moved out, they were condemned. One of my favorites was the house where, no joke, sulfur water is what we had to drink. You guys don't know what sulfur water is, go check it out. You think a rotten egg's bad, try drinking it. Just saying. No choice. Kid, stuck. That's how we lived. We stood in the welfare food lines to get the free cheese and the powdered milk. Oh my God, y'all. There ain't nothing worse in this world than powdered milk mixed with sulfur water. I don't even know what else is worse than that. And you didn't have a choice because if you didn't eat it, well, your face was slammed in it because you had food. Should be grateful. Doesn't matter whether it tasted good or smelled good or so. But nobody dared question him. I remember one time, because I'm going to share some stories to try to help you guys. Maybe some of these things will help you identify overt. The overt is a lot easier. The covert, sneaky. I'm just so blessed. I've had so many experiences. But with the overt narcissist, for example, one Thanksgiving, I remember we were visiting my stepdad's sister, and we were in Coos Bay, Oregon. And, oh, how old was I? Like, I don't know, maybe 12, 11? And so, I mean, no, I must have been a little bit older than that because there was my youngest stepsister. I can't remember if, I don't think the baby was born yet. So I might have been about 13 or 14. So there's my stepmom, my stepdad, and then me, my half-brother, half-sister, and the stepsister. So there's 6 of us. And then there's my aunt, my uncle, and what? There are 3 kids. So there's like at least 11 of us. And it seems like there were some other people. Anyways, everybody's eating Thanksgiving dinner. We're all crammed into this tiny itty-bitty little rickety kitchen, which was fine because that's family, right? Anyways, after everybody was done eating, all the kids started going outside and going to, you know, wander around. And my aunt and uncle's house, they had this separate, I don't even know what you would call it. I was so little. I don't know, was it a shed? But it had like an overhead loft, and all the kids were going out to play, and I got up to go out to play. And my dad told me, he's like, nope, you need to clean the kitchen. And I was like, okay. Like, dishes are everywhere, and this is a very, very small kitchen. And so, like, dishes are piled everywhere, and then the entire table is covered with dishes. And I'm like, whatever age I was, and I'm, you know, like, okay. And my uncle said something. He's like, well, let her go play with the other kids. My dad came up off of his chair, shoved the table, well, to the other side of the room, because it wasn't that big, and dishes are rattling, pots and pans, all the crap, got in my uncle's face and totally ripped him a new one about I should be able to go out and be a kid. Because I was a kid, and all the other kids are outside playing. And you know what? Here's the craziest thing of it all. Little flip side. I thought it was my fault. I did something wrong that my uncle was verbally attacked. I didn't understand. It wasn't my fault. I didn't do anything. I was just a freaking kid. But I don't know, I spent however many hours it was that it took, because nobody dared say a damn word to my dad again. That is, well, I guess that's an extreme example of an overt narcissist. You know, the others are, let's say you get a, you come home and you say, oh my God, I got a promotion, I got a raise at work. And they're going to say, well, how much? And you're going to say, well, I don't know. It was, let's just go layman's terms. You got a 50-cent an hour raise. Well, if I wanted to get, all I got to do is just go do X, Y, and Z. Totally dismissive. Because they can't celebrate your wins. That's a win. They can't recognize or celebrate your wins. Because your wins diminish them in their own eyes. Trying to think of another good example. Every time you talk to them, I mean, this is easy. Any conversation you have with an overt narcissist, they're going to take hold of the conversation, turn it around, and somehow, some way, it's always, always about them. What you have to say, whatever value we're trying to bring, whatever connection you were trying to make, it doesn't matter. Because it's not relevant to them. Them and only them. What they feel, what they think. That's it. So, like, those are some examples of an overt narcissist. So, where it gets a little bit tricky is with the covert narcissist. These people are a little bit more sneaky. I'm just saying. They do the same things, but just in a more sly way. I mean, like every conversation is going to be about them. So, you know, you go to the doctor, you got some kind of infection, and you're on the mend, right? So you call up your friend. That's normal. Isn't that normal? You call up your friend, and you're just like, oh yeah, I got on this antibiotic, and then all of a sudden it's like, well, my doctor didn't give me that antibiotic when I was sick. My doctor gave me blah, 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 and, you know, my blah, 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 and it did all these side effects, and you're just like, all right. Another one is with the covert narcissist is they use a lot of guilt. They like the guilt game. They like manipulation. But it's all underhanded. So the covert narcissist comes across very empathetic. They come across as very, initially, you know, actually genuine and caring about you. But then they play the mind games. So the overt narcissist is just flat ass in your face. You're worthless. You're a piece of shit. I'm awesome and amazing. You can't live without me. You're not capable of thinking for your own little self. because I have all the answers. The covert narcissist is more subtle. And it's just like, yeah, they needle and they poke and they manipulate and they twist and they just play games. And the one thing both of them have in common is that as a normal person, we think, okay, well, this thing is bugging me, so I'm going to share with you, right? Because any other normal person who cares is actually going to want to hear what you have to say and try to find a common ground. But either of these, when you try to have a conversation, it's going to become confrontational, because they're taking it, they don't understand the concept of collaboration to find commonality. Bottom line is, it's their way or no way, however they go about achieving that. But when you come in and you're like, okay, look, this isn't really working for me. How can we find, or whatever, however you approach your conversation, they're going to get defensive. They're going to get angry. They're going to drag up some shit you did, I don't know, 2 years ago, 3 years ago, 18 years ago, depends on how long your relationship is, remind you of it, and totally turn around whatever you were trying to achieve. Now you're all of a sudden like apologizing. And then when it all ends, you're like, what the hell? We never even talked about. They take you on a mental whirlwind cycle of just total confusion and chaos. Trying to think of some not so real life examples. I can't think of anything specific right now, but I can sincerely share with you in my whole life, all the relationships I've had with different types of narcissists, because until I knew, you don't know what you don't know. And so I kept falling back in the trap. Hell no. No more. But previously, when I would try to bring up whatever it was that wasn't sitting well with me, wasn't resonating well with me, they always found a way to take it, twist it, turn it, and then it was my fault. It was always my fault. Just, that's, whatever concept, whatever context, think about it. If you're talking to someone with this personality type, they always do the twist around, and it's like, I had no clue what was going on. I lived it my whole life, so that was my norm until like the last year and a half, where I just have really, really gone, I've just pulled away from everyone and everything just to focus on me. And part of my learning process has been realizing what my past relationships were, why I was so confused, why I was so used. But I was born into it. I didn't know any different. I didn't know any better. And those of you who are born into it, my heart goes out to you. Because creating the awareness and having the understanding, you are not crazy. You were born into crazy, and they continually try to manipulate things to keep you crazy. It's not you. And those of you who were born normal, don't take that wrong. Please don't. But if you were born into a normal or semi-normal family, whatever normal is these days, but you didn't grow up immersed in this shit, so you had some point of reference, my heart still goes out to you because they're so good. They're so good and talented at manipulating, twisting, isolating, devaluing you, undermining, whether their tactics are overtly confrontational or whether they're subtle, pick, tearing you down, tearing you down, tearing you down. Oh, but you're so good here. Oh, but I'm going to tear you down, tear you down, tear you down, tear you down, tear you down. Oh, but no, I'm so grateful for you. And I'm going to tear you down, tear you down, tear you down, tear you down. It's the game. And I'm sorry. My heart sincerely connects to anyone, anywhere, who's experienced this, because it flat out sucks. So, what do? Well, I can only speak to those who were born into it, from my perspective. Those who, I'll say graduated, that's a shitty word. Those of who were initiated into it, there's a better word. If you were initiated into one of these relationships, then for you, I encourage you, when time allows, step back and look at your life. Who you were before you met this person. What was your power? What was your strength? What were your personal beliefs and values? I mean, y'all, I got belittled so bad. I was like, you snore like a freaking freight train. I'm like, I know I snored a lot when I was pregnant, but damn, I had excess blood flow, my sinus passages. I mean, I did everything I could, but no, I was constantly, you snore, you snore, you snore, you snore, you snore. I was self-conscious to sleep. And now I live with my parents and they're like, no, you don't. I was self-conscious to sing. Sing a freaking song. Because I can't carry a tune. Don't worry, I'm not going to break your ears by trying right now. But what does it matter? If you want to sing and you're off key, so fucking what? Belt at the top of your lungs. If that gives you joy in your heart, why should you be belittled for that, even if you do sound bad? You know, the other person can put earplugs in if it's that horrible. I'm on a rant. All I'm saying is these little nitpicking, constant tearing down. You didn't cut the potatoes right. You didn't cut the onions right. You didn't load the dishwasher right. You didn't sweep the floor right. You didn't fold my laundry right. Get off your ass and do it. Oh, no. I'm too good for that. Constant ridicule, put down, nitpicking, tearing you apart is one of the tactics. And it breaks down your self-confidence. So go back. Those of you who are not born into it, go back. Remember who you were before you got involved in this manipulative dynamic of a relationship. And I'm talking to men and women because it happens equally to all of us. Guess I'm really on a rant. I'm starting to lose my voice. Those of you who were born into it, all I could say is you really, really, really need to make you number one. If you're in the relationship and you can't get out, that's okay. I understand it happens. Don't do anything dramatic, but in those quiet moments, I mean, I don't care if you go into the bathroom and you're in the shower. Go in there and find that space to find your confidence. Because I promise you, and whether you're born into it or sucked into it, you are an amazing, beautiful person. You are uniquely you. And nobody's better than you any more than you think you're better than anybody else. But people who fall trapped into these narcissistic relationships, the narcissist makes you feel less than. And either you never knew your value or you forgot your value. So if you forgot your value, damn it, go back there and remember who you were. Because you're awesome and amazing and beautiful and perfect. Handsome for the guys. And you really are. And for those of you who were born into it and never knew your value, you gotta know. God don't make no junk. You are not junk. You are valuable. You are amazing. You are beautiful. You are special, uniquely you. And go to do meditations, read personal development books, listen to podcasts while you're washing dishes. You know, whatever you need to do to really help you learn the value and amazingness and the power of you. Because you are that awesome. You are that amazing. And for those of you out there cross-watching or, you know, if you have some of these narcissistic tendencies, I encourage you just really to take a moment and reflect. How are you interacting with the people you actually love and care about in this world? How are you presenting you to them? And how are you valuing them as a unique individual that you claim matters to you in your life? There's no competition. Nobody's better than anybody else. And I think when we can really understand that money, power, position, finances, so what? I know you can live in a 25-bedroom mansion up on the hill, and guess what? I do not envy you. My only thought is, oh my God, who's going to clean that? Who's going to cook? Who's going to do all the work? Fuck no, thank you. I don't think you're better than me. I'll be happy in my mobile home by the railroad tracks, which is small and manageable, affordable, paid for. I'd much rather be here than in a mansion. So, ain't nobody better than anybody. It's just what works for us as individuals. And once we can understand that and respect each other at that level. So, I don't know. This is a really long ramble tonight. Came out of nowhere. I hope, I don't even know. What the hell? I hope this is helpful to somebody out there. Empowering if you were born into it. Empowering if you forgot yourself. And you know what, damn it? Empowering, if you find a little bit of this resonates within you, to understand that there are people who really love you for you. They don't want to compete with you. They want to actually participate in life with you. Maybe it's time for you to look at yourself and then look outward and reflect on how you're actually interacting with others. Small shifts, one little step at a time. Alright guys, I'm getting off this soapbox. Oh my god. Yeah, like this was the easy one. Do you know the other one that hit me today? Breath. Oy! If I have time before I go to work in the morning, I will share with you guys. I just like had this mind-blowing about breathing. I know. Crazy, right? Huh? It is crazy. You don't want to miss it. So, I will try tomorrow, Sunday morning. Yeah, at work. I'm going to be working all night. I don't even know when I'll get off, but I'll try to do something about breathing because this is kind of crazy. But it's like, oh my god, never thought of it that way. Alright guys, I love you. I hope you're having an amazing evening and enjoy your weekend. And yeah. No matter who you are or where you are, just know that you are perfect, awesome, and amazing. As you are. As you were intended to be. And just take a look at how you interact and treat others. You know, just getting this really strongly. Change is just about one small shift at a time. It doesn't have to be the whole wham bam thank you ma'am at once. It's cognizing. That's weird. I guess an awareness. Making a decision. And then just making small changes. We can do this together. Alright. I love you guys. And if anybody wants to talk, let me know. If I can help you in any way, please do reach out to me. And, you know, we can set up a time, talk on the phone. Because, like I said, for me, I was born into this. And I didn't even know what the hell I was born into. And I've lived it my whole life. So, yeah. You'd think I'd have a lot of examples to share, but honestly, I have so many, I don't even know where to start. But I'm thankful and glad for this awareness and awakening and shifting my life and maybe helping some of you shift yours as well. All right. Good night, guys.